November 13th, News Digest. It's not over yet. Joe meets Trump in the White House. Jack Smith resigns. Putin, Patrushev, desperate. Elon Trump, Russians in disarray. Hi, I'm Rosie. Yay, I'm back on YouTube. Welcome to my channel, where I look into what's going on intuitively in the world, from the political to the personal. I have a Patreon channel linked below, and I do personal readings.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosie and Corina Psych Investigators. So Corina is my friend, and we've been doing these conversations together, right, Corina, since
Yep.
after Kamala's election, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, Kamala's, because that's what really will believe. Anyway, we'll see it, right? We'll feel it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so guys, we did a video yesterday, but the editing has been a challenge for me, and it takes a lot. So I haven't had the time. I didn't have the time to finish editing yesterday. So, but we're going on to today, and I'm going, if I may post whichever one I finish, I'll post it first. But this one is really about things that are popping up in the news, right, Karina? So we're gonna
hmm
get started.
hmm
Okay, so I'm gonna start sharing the screen here with you, and then share. Okay, so all right. All right, so then, okay, so I'm going to, so here. Okay, so News Digest. So these are the topics for okay, these are the topics for today. And okay, and then let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so 1 second here, show active. Okay. Show active. Okay. So Karina, so let's get started. So today, as we had been talking about for a while, this was announced before. So Joe Biden invited Trump to a meeting at the White House. So this is so I just took a screenshot of the video, and so let's look into, let's see what we pick up. Okay. And you know what, Karina, for some reason I feel like I'd like to, let's ask for protection, because the nature
Yes.
of the things that we, and the position that we have, we have a
hmm
unique perspective on this. Okay, so I like to ask for protection. Beautiful ray of light coming into my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs without greater support. So I step into it, just for protecting that. I like to ask information. Come only for the highest sources that create the good, and only the good for according to myself and anyone involved. So it is. Okay. So let's get started. So what do we pick up on Joe Biden?
Look at that smile. Wow.
Okay, so, and you know what, I noticed right away.
Exactly. The bust and his smile
Yes, 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 right.
is just telling. Wow. We both picked
That's
that
right.
bust
That's
up.
right.
But his smile tells everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You it's like you MFR, I gotcha.
Yeah.
You
So
see it? You see it?
yeah, and you know what's interesting? I noticed right away too is Trump's hand hiding. You know how a lot of the body language,
Yes.
whatever,
Yes.
it's like you're hiding something.
Yeah.
And is that, to me, it feels like, is that JFK? It looks like somebody giving a side eye, the statue.
Exactly. And Joe's got an open,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yes.
not a stance, like that's not the right word, but that's what, that's he's
Mm-hmm.
open and Trump is closed.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so let's ask okay, so I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay, now let's ask. So
Okay.
tell me what this meeting was like, what was going on, and anything else you'd like us to know about this meeting.
I kind of pick up the same as I did the other day. It's business as usual. Like nothing really stands out for me as different than what I saw the other day. So you might pick up some more detail.
So no, I just see, it's interesting. I see this image of Trump with the hand still he comes in as if he's hiding this, but it's different from the four. because this
Mhm.
time I see that he comes in and I see that Biden notices his health. He's very like there's something
Yeah.
about the way that he talks and he seems like sweaty. He's not well. And also what I pick up from Trump is that he is really stressed out because he's under pressure from I think Russians, right? To like
Yeah. That's
do what they want
exactly.
him to do, and he's very nervous. So
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh hi, oh hello, hello, hello," and then and at the same time to try to affect this to pretend to be really powerful because
Hmm.
it's sort of like a. I mean, he's like a bank. Honestly, a bank robber. It's not. He knows he didn't win this election. I don't think he won the other one either, but
Yeah.
this
The
one is
ultimate bank robber. Exactly.
that's right.
Yeah.
And I feel like Joe Biden's like, hey man, what's that? Like he's very calm and he's not and I feel that Trump is even kind of like weirded out by it because Biden is a bit too friendly almost. He's
Yeah.
like,
Because listen to all the names he called him before.
yes,
And
he's just like,
he's
what?
not. He's not welcoming. That came out welcoming him in.
Hmm.
Kidding me?
Hmm.
Yeah. No. And
So,
I do feel the same weekend of Bernie effect on Trump. Like they're just propping. He's loaded up. He's
hmm
propped up. He's
hmm
scared. He's nervous. He
hmm
can feel it. That side eye on that bus, man,
hmm
will not leave me. That's
yes.
you know what, and it's same thing. That and all the other spirits, right there, baby.
Hmm.
God, you see it.
Oh my God, Karina, hold on a second. You know what? Okay, no, it's recording. It is, right? It is recording. It's saying pause recording. Just
I yeah. If not, I'm recording.
pause, stop recording.
I think so.
Okay, so it is recording. So okay, so this is the same, and I feel like, but Trump feels more worse than before to me. He feels,
Hmm.
and I see that. Then I ask, it's like I see this breathing, Putin breathing on his neck. He feels it. That's why I get that he's nervous. Now the question, then I know a lot of people will ask, but how come? Like how come Biden is not, he's not saying anything, but I to me it's clear, but we can ask, well, what does he know? Maybe this, what does he know that Trump doesn't know? That is as long as it's safe for us to
Yeah.
hear, okay?
Hmm.
So what does during that meeting, what does Biden know that Trump doesn't know? Okay, and about this whole election and is he oh you know what, maybe like this, Corinne, I think we should ask, is it true that Biden has given up and has accepted that Trump is going to move into
That's a
the
good
White
way.
House?
Yeah, that's good.
Is it does Biden believe that Trump is going to move into the White House, or does he know of other things going on? Okay, so tell me what does Biden think? What is going on in Biden's mind as he's meeting with Trump?
Don't get too comfortable.
What does he know? What does
Hell
Biden
no. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I'm going to say it. You might get some more details when I say it. He's the president of the United States. He knows it. He knows everything.
Okay.
He has to at this point. It's not a normal situation.
Okay.
So it's not like the DOJ can't include him. He's the president of the what they're trying to steal.
hmm Okay. So what I get is that he's like he's actually happy that I know it sounds crazy, but Biden's like kind of
Exactly. Look at the
excited because like,
smile.
hey guys, I've always kind of had a curiosity about what it would be like to be in an operation like this. Because he's kind of like he's like, and I see that he's walking on, with Trump in the White House, and he is has these spirits with him, all the former presidents and all the good
Yeah.
people with him as at that moment, and he knows he's doing the right thing and he knows he's on the right path, and that it's almost like we are in a way watching a movie, that he's
Hmm.
like, okay, this is the only time, or maybe this is the last time, or maybe we should ask the
It will
question,
be if they don't
is
do
this
it.
the last time? Maybe we could ask this question. Is this the last time Trump is going to is today the last day that Trump is going to officially step into the White House? Is this the last time Trump is going to see the White House? I think yes. I don't know. It's
You know what?
Go ahead.
I, what I got, if he steps foot in there again, it will be for different reasons, which
What reasons?
obviously that's where they lure him in
Mm.
to make the arrest. You know,
But I don't think, do you
they
think
have to
it,
get him somewhere.
but I don't think it would be too dangerous, Karina, if it's
Yeah,
in.
it probably won't be there, but I don't think if he ever steps back in there, it won't be for a good reason. I don't see it. I mean, there's just no
But
energy
hold on,
behind
hold on.
him
Just
there.
for clarity of language, when you say for a good, of course, we know that even if it steps in, whenever he steps in, to be, it's not a good reason. But what I mean is that will he be at, uh, I guess, is he coming back in? Is maybe, you know, when I asked, like, maybe is it going back in? Like, when is the next time he's coming? Is he coming back in, or and if what, for what reason? You know, I see that Biden says, "Oh yeah, let's meet the X day after the confirmation," something like this. They have kind of like a tentative date to meet again, but I don't think it happens. That's just my sense. Okay, do you
Yeah,
better something else? That's what I. Is that right?
yeah. I don't I don't pick anything else up than what I already did.
Okay. All right.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Oh, and then I see. It's funny. I'm not. I was gonna get ready to move to the next slide, but then I see Kamala. Like,
Yeah.
interesting. She is like, but I see almost like she's looking at from a screen, as if she knows that it's like, again, catching the thief feeling.
Hmm. Hmm.
There, it's like she's aware of what's going on, and right. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Anything
Hmm.
else that you'd like to share?
No, no.
Okay. So let's see. Now let's see the next one. Okay, now this is a big one.
Hmm.
And so the news, it's in the news, even though we're both, of course, trying to avoid it as much as possible. We saw the comments, Jack Smith and his team to resign before Trump takes office. Smith's federal criminal cases against Trump were appended by the election as the Justice Department's longstanding policy is that sitting presidents can't be charged with crimes. So what's up with that? Okay, so what happens to the cases, right? So, but first let's see what's up with this. What's going on?
Okay.
Okay, so what is it?
I pick up the same thing I got earlier that he'd be the first on the chopping block anyway.
Mhm.
We all know that.
Yes.
I mean, we all know how much Trump hates him. So do you think he wouldn't be the first one strung up?
Mhm.
So it's a tactic. It's a tactical move to make Trump think he's getting everything he desires.
Mhm.
I don't feel anything bad around it. It's a tactical move.
Yeah, I feel like again the my feeling is that he's, of course, it makes no sense to continue. I don't, but I don't, I feel like I see, it's interesting. I see Kamala, and I see also Mayor Garland telling him it's not over, kind of like signaling to him that in code or something that it's not quite, we don't, this is not, there's more to come about the election, something to that effect. But he's acting as if he's assuming, right? I don't see that he's too stressed about it, but he's acting as if, right, as if
Mm-hmm.
on, and I see that this is relaxes Trump and makes them feel even more invincible. Like there's no
Mm-hmm.
resistance to them, essentially, from the current
Right.
administration.
Right.
So okay, so then what happens? Because I think there's two things, Karina. If indeed things happen the way we saw, right, then
Mm-hmm.
the cases will continue uh
Right.
at some, there's going to be an outcome so what's going to happen to the cases that Jack Smith worked on, or he's working on, because it hasn't left yet. So okay, so what happens to the cases? Like there's two cases, the one of the documents and the one of January 6th. So what happens to these cases? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is Trump going to be, is there going to be a trial? What's going to happen? Show
It's
me a
like
time.
yeah, they have legs now. They're moving forward. It's almost like they're bigger now. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, all cylinders are firing. Go time.
So, okay, so what I get is this, is that I got this image, I think maybe it's just a kind of a simple image. So that Jack Smith is sitting on like a desk, and the desk, the old-fashioned desk, has the first drawer. The investigation is presented as if it's on a tray, like a serving tray, and he puts this on the first drawer, and then he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna, putting it away, something like this, putting it away. But then he puts it in a drawer, but he keeps putting things in the drawer, and then he comes out of the drawer, and as this thing happens, a lot of it, so it gets bigger. But
Yeah,
it shows me that
exactly.
the time of the drawer is like this time now, that there's a lot of uncertainty, and it looks like he's going to have to go, Jack Smith. And
Mm-hmm.
then I see that, like, but he is receiving information. He is aware because it's part of that case, also what he's doing now. So
Right.
he is working with the Department of Justice also, even though it's sort of like essentially he's saying he's doing, it's like acting as, it's not acting as if he's going through the motions. He's not saying, I'm gonna go dead. No, he's like, oh, sure,
No.
okay. And then, but he continues, and this thing grows. And then once the Kamala thing comes out, which we all believe, right? We believe it's gonna come out, then
Yeah.
it reemerges much stronger because it's tied. It's tied to those.
Mm-hmm.
So 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 that's what I see, Corinne. Now I have a question, because we discussed this earlier about
Mm-hmm.
your initial vision that you saw Jack Smith in the Situation Room. I do think that there was more like a it's people working together in terms of a team.
Right.
Um, but tell me more about, so how does that connect to your earlier vision of the Situation Room?
With him resigning,
Hmm.
it doesn't change a thing.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
still sitting right there, and I mean, there's light all around him. This isn't going anywhere. And it's funny, I just got this saying. It's like, Rosie, if you and Karina are brave enough to put this out, do you think Jack Smith is just going to roll over? He's brave enough to fight this.
That's right. But what I feel that is that his mood hasn't changed. He's still,
No,
oh, okay, great. And so and so just
he's a very measured man.
that's right. But just to clarify, I don't think necessarily that he's not in the cabinet. He's not, but it's more like he's one of those people who, that's why he knows about Trump's crimes very well. That's why
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
event of him leaving, having to leave, he is the one who knows the approach, or
exactly.
crimes and so forth. So so
They didn't get, okay, I'm getting to say, they didn't bring in a prosecutor from The Hague
mhm.
for shits and giggles, is what I want to say. He has a purpose, he has the knowledge of many different things. They brought him in for a reason, and it was maybe a bigger reason than we even understood at the time.
Mhm. Okay. So Karina, then this leads me to another question, which is, because it's what we see is that something big is going to happen, and of course it's going to have to come out. So when this comes
Exactly.
out, who is the person who's going to make the announcement first? Is it the DOJ? Is it Biden? How is the announcement about Trump, probably like the whole mess with the election situation? Because again, we know it has to happen relatively soon, right? But the
Yeah.
deadline because really, guys, the deadline for this, if anything, is when the electoral college, right, has to, is that right? In December is really like, that's when it becomes official. So it has to happen, but right, it has to happen before it becomes official. So how is this going to happen? Okay, how is this going to
Yeah.
happen relative to, right? Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think it's going to come from Jack Smith, an indictment from him,
No, no,
but
no.
also.
He's just working with them.
Mhm.
I almost feel it comes straight from Biden because, I mean, I see DOJ with him, obviously, but he announces it to the free world, and then this we're told how and like all the details. But I think he is the one to announce it. I don't know. That's the way I see it. So I can only go with what's coming in.
Okay, okay, that's
You
great.
might get something different.
No, that's great. That's great. That makes sense. That makes sense. And it tells me this, girls, you're not supposed to know. If there's more, we kind of feel like
Yeah,
you're not supposed to know
yeah.
stuff
So
happening,
that's all I get.
but it's
Yeah.
like they're not important to know. Okay, the other things. Okay, so now, okay, so let's see. Now, so this part I thought it was quite interesting. I'm gonna introduce this and then find actually because I do think this case I should in fact find the article. So there's in Russia there's this man named Patrushev, Nikolai Patrushev. So he was he's a really famous, like famous is not the word. He's the head of he's always been the head of, has been for decades, the head of FSB. So the head
Okay.
of the Russian intelligence services, uh
Mm-hmm.
formerly KGB or something like that, right? So so what's interesting about him is that he's, I guess the way the press is describing is an aide. I think is much more than an aide. He is the head. And there's a book that if you understand more about this, it's called Putin's People by a journalist named Catherine. I forgot her last name. She worked for the Financial Times. So, but that book describes how the Putin government is made up of a lot of the security. It's called there's a name for it. Zloviki. It was a name, Zloviki. This is sort of like the people who worked in the state and were like security apparatus, and then
Mm-hmm.
mob, like the Russian mob emerged with them. So what's interesting is that this guy, it wasn't just an interview, it was a video of him saying, okay, so let me find it because to me, so this is part. Okay, so there was another one. There was something else. I don't remember exactly where, but this is the I think the second instance where the Russian government is already. Oh, this first thing is what we talked about with Melania's naked photos on the news. And now we
Right.
have another form of pressure where the head of the intelligence services basically is telling Trump, to me, I got this enormous sense of urgency from them. They're desperate and they're putting almost too much force on Trump to get whatever it is that they want, which I think is probably Ukraine, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to find, okay, goodness. So if you pick up anything, I'm just going to find it because I think, okay, so let's see. I want to share whatever the thing that he said. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, oh no, hold on.
Yeah.
In this
And
tutorial, I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah,
show
okay.
gosh, look how it just Putin's looking at Trump in that picture. I mean, that's telling right there.
Okay, so
Whew.
now I'm gonna share the one I found the news here. Okay, so Donald Trump has obligations to those who brought him to power, put now. So this is direct quote from the head of he's not now considered this, is now he has another role, but really for decades he was the head of the FBs.
Oh, really? All of a sudden?
So
Yeah.
then, okay, so here it is. Okay, so Vladimir Putin has warned Donald Trump he's obliged to fulfill promises made during his campaign to bring peace to Ukraine. Okay. Okay.
So,
So
you know what I just heard? Wait, go back down just a little bit. Show the blue.
okay.
To bring peace to the Ukraine? No,
Hmm.
no. It's to bring him a piece of Ukraine.
Okay, okay, interesting. Okay. So I'm just gonna hear the president-elect said repeatedly during, oh wow, look at this. This is crazy. During his campaign to secure his return to the White House, that he would put a stop to the more than 2.5 years war in Ukraine within 24 hours. So this rings true that that's the push. Now here it is. And Nikolai Patrushev, and again, guys, just a reminder, this is the guy who's the head of all the secret operations, poisoning, whatever the F. Okay. So he's
Yeah.
not he's a thug. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
directly, but he's the one, the head of all thugs. Okay. So there he is. Okay. So he wrote, so this is a voice of the state, really. It's not like a gossip. It's just saying this is the position from the Russian Federation. Where told him we got him elected. Now he does not want to fall from building. Get over it. So really like that's oh, look at this. So he said to achieve success, okay, Donald Trump relied on certain forces to which he has corresponding obligation. And as a responsible person, he will be obliged to fulfill them.
And we know how responsible he is.
Right? So
Oh my God. Yeah.
if think about it,
Oh,
no, the implications, the
yeah.
intelligent implications of this.
Oh my God.
Essentially, the person who ex at the head as the head of security services who executes all kinds of shady operations, right? That are needed. He's telling the news directly that Trump made a deal with us. We will expect you to. We got you in office, and you're supposed to get us back what we need.
Yeah,
What we
absolutely.
discussed, right? So here it is. Oh,
Yeah.
look at this. Look at this. During the pre-election period, he made many statements to attract voters to his side who ultimately voted against the destructive foreign and domestic policies pursued by the current US presidential administration. But the election campaign is over, and in January 2025, it will be time for the specific actions of the elected president. That he's giving him orders, okay?
He's instructions.
Yes,
He's write the recipe.
it is
Jeez.
known that election promises in the United States can diverge from subsequent actions. So it is telling him, and to me, it's like there's building. You'll see it. We
Yeah.
put you down building. Next.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm shaking in my shoes. So let me just
So
tell you,
okay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
let me just stop share because we covered this, right? And go back to
yeah.
the page so that the presentation page so now that everybody knows the context of this. Okay, so what so tell me what tell me what you picked up, Karina, about this, and then I'll tell you. Okay, so tell me what's going
Well,
on.
it's an instruction. It's instructions. They know exactly what it, Trump knows exactly what that is. They are his marching orders. And you better, from day one. Oh my God. Yeah.
So okay, so what I pick up here, Karina, which is so interesting, I mean, not that I had an expectation. I see an image of this guy, Patrushev, and he has an open wound. And like as if,
Ooh,
I don't know if
interesting.
something like it shows me an open wound and he's bleeding. And so to stop the bleeding, he's like, I gotta stop the bleeding, stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why he's yelling at Trump, like, get stop the if he gets what the assumption of the image is this that if Trump does what he's telling him to do, the bleeding will stop. Now, my question then, because this was him that was bleeding, was in Russia. So my question is he under because anything with that place, anything is possible. So what is this wound that he has? Is this an image of the war or what? Or what does this mean? Tell me about this. What is this wound? Wow, he has something on his neck.
Yeah.
He's
They
like,
know
uh,
this is the last
to die.
ditch
That's it.
effort.
That's it. He's like, you're the head of security. I told you you handle asset. Trash man or orange. He doing whatever he wants now. Her Peter Thiel, whatever. Your job is to get him to do what we want. Why do you
Exactly.
care? Why do you
Yeah.
sit there? I'm here or I'm going to get you dead. Okay? So really that he is under himself, under a lot of pressure.
They all are. They all
Wow.
are.
Like,
You can tell.
and I
Yeah.
see and I see Putin like has not directly, but he's like, you know who controls the air you breathe? It's me. Well,
Yeah.
so anyway, so that's that. Now another
Yeah.
question. Then I'm driven to look into I already see something. Let's progress to let's say March 1st, because that will give time for even if they delay the inauguration. Where is Patrushev going to be? What's going on by March 1st with Patrushev? Okay, let's
Okay.
so what's going on with Patrushev? Because he's making the wow. I could see two things. One, he could be dead, and another one, he's like waiting for something to leave. But I don't think. Wow. And it shows me now the image of the USSR when it fell. Like,
Mhm.
similar. So, but I don't feel, I have also the impression that Putin is gone for some reason. He's less afraid. So anyway, so that's that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what do you
Maybe
think?
that's okay. You just said something that made sense to me because I did. I saw panic with him, but you know what it was? You know how you said they had kind of had the hands or the rope around the neck? The rope wasn't there. The hands were there, but the rope, it's like he's in trouble, but that's less pressure. And when you said Putin was gone, okay, that I understood.
That's what it feels like.
Like,
He
yeah, he's
survived.
still in it, but yeah,
Yeah, so he
but
survives. That's right. So now the next question is, so then what happened? Now, how does Trump, going back to the threats he made, how does Trump see this? Is Trump reading this? How is how is he picking up this information and what is he doing about it? What like what's going on with Trump as he gets this information? I see that his
yeah,
blood pressure is a boom 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 and it's not the same. He's not the same as before. His
he can't
bravado.
handle what he used to be able to handle.
That's right. So now he's like, because it's saying, I don't like when they get mad. I don't like when they get mad. He knows that they are not happy. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like still they're not. I said this the other day when we are talking about the satellite thing. I feel like oh, maybe this is another question. They are very aware of what
Mm-hmm.
they think things did not go as well as Trump and Elon thought. So
Exactly, because obviously Gru is way more intelligent than those two buffoons,
that's
and
right.
those two buffoons screwed it up.
That's right.
They
So they
had the
are
plan.
that why does okay, then I think we should ask the question today or whatever, whenever he made the statement today or yesterday. Did he does why do I get that he feels really nervous? What does he know about because you could argue that oh if things are going well that he was so people believe he was elected. But why do I pick up that he's really nervous that they don't actually believe it's the case? Like, does it make
Yeah,
sense? What I'm getting
yeah.
is that they're like, no, it's not a done deal. They're really
No,
nervous. Why? Why?
because they
What does
know
he know?
that
You
their
know,
trails onto them. You know,
um,
yeah.
what do they know about what it went down? What do they know about it? Oh, the military. They say they have it. It's saying different countries have information and say and they're like,
That makes
and
sense.
this it's saying the Elon Musk talked to Joe, the thing with the Joe Rogan, like people know that there's something. They're not gonna let it, they know what it's like. They're not gonna let it go and say this is the biggest game. It's like
Exactly.
a gambling thing where you like bet the highest, but you could also lose. So
Yes.
it's like they're like they think so why do they think that it hasn't worked? Why is it different from 2016, for example? It's saying the 2016, the math was really good. The math is so bad it bothers them. They know there's no way this is it's saying they just know that it's not. And I feel like if they have it's too
And
quiet. They're like,
we
it's
weren't
too
exactly.
quiet. There's
And
nobody reacting. It's too quiet. And they
yeah,
feel like it's saying it's not an election until they sign it. They talk to them.
right, right.
So okay,
They
so
know that things could come crumbling down at any minute. And back in 2016, we weren't aware as
that's
much
right.
of the information warfare because they made it seem all fake, but now people are aware.
Okay.
So, yeah, they know.
So okay,
And
so
let me give you the image that I saw, which would make sense, but I was a little afraid to. The image that came to me was Trump standing there, and he had rifles pointed all around him, like kind of like we saw the plane surrounded.
mhm,
He was surrounded by rifles. But when you said something about it from all it's coming, meaning it's coming from all directions. He is in trouble from everybody. It's coming at him from countries who, he knows what he's done. He knows how much trouble he's in. He's not
mhm.
well.
Okay, okay. So okay, so then let's see because I still have we can still go back to I think we should ask the final question about this issue, which is Trump going to deliver to them what they want, which is Ukraine? Okay, so will Trump be able to deliver to Putin and Patrushev what they want? Okay, so will Trump be able to deliver that to them what they want? No, Trump
No.
is
Yeah.
no, I don't feel. I see that he's drinking a cup of, and then it was like he's afraid of the tea. He's drinking it, and then he sees in the saucer like there's nothing. He's like, okay, we talked, and then no, and he's just like, no, and then he's like, oh my God, I didn't deliver. Oh my God, it dawns on him, and the movie ends
Glitch,
the
glitch,
end. Yeah,
glitch. Yeah.
yeah, and that's it.
Glitch.
It shows
Yes.
the end, and then he's sitting down, and then he gets the news, and then it's like, and then it shows me almost a movie where he's looking at the past, and that was the end.
Yeah.
That's it. That no, he didn't. There was a talk. He knew what he was supposed to do. He was prepared to go about doing it, but no.
Almost got there. That hand, that little tiny hand trying to grab that key,
Mhm.
and he doesn't make it.
Okay, so okay,
Yeah.
so what do we got? Okay, so let's move here forward. Okay, so now what I we're picking up here, what I thought was quite interesting is the tension between these groups. So we have the Elon, and
Yeah.
I deleted Teal, but it's also that the camp, they're not necessarily always aligned, Teal and Elon. Then we have Trump and we have the Russians wanting by Ukraine and so forth fast. And then now Elon Musk is already like trying to direct everything. And I see the Russians are angry at him, really angry, because they blame him for things
Hmm.
falling apart. And I don't think they're wrong.
No.
So so I want to know what's going on with this story. He may already have be overstaying. So what is going on with these different groups? And what's gonna happen? How is this going to be settled, if it's going to be settled? Okay. So, okay, so what's going on here with these groups? Elon Trump's and Russians can't in Missouri. What's going on between them and the power grabs?
They are mad. They are mad. They blew it. So,
Yeah, I see. My sense is that I see again the patriot. They're so angry at Elon because Elon is now he's taking. I see that they want to move in and direct things, and then there's Elon like, "Hey guys, we got it. Don't worry about it. I'm a genius. I'm a real genius. I got him. I got it done. Oh yeah, no. Here's the. This guy's Russian. He's really good friends with Putin. He call me today. He's has a big mouth and he talks, and they're
yeah.
shut the fuck up. And so they're so angry. But what I think is
So
interesting
angry.
is that the people that are truly mad and desperate are the Russians. And they say, look, well, there's a billionaire. He doesn't know what it's like to be. They are in a really dire position and they're trying to get out. But he doesn't move. And then I see that the libertarian fantasy of the government is like this tech, authoritarian Christian. No, let's do it. Let's get rid of them. And they're like all talking and they're like, oh, the Russians are there. Like, but hey, what's going on? They don't realize, like, they don't get it. Like I
No.
think they get it, the price that is demanded. You do deal with the devil, but
Yeah. Exactly. They don't get it. They don't get it. You're right.
but
They
I
don't realize the comeuppance that come after the deed is done. And
that's
then, especially, he screwed up the deed.
yeah, and
So,
I see this that it doesn't really get resolved. And then I see that the joke, we saw that there's some nominations. I don't think it's going, I really don't see it going forward. And then I see that it is in fact because of I think Elon, like you said it, Karina, before, Elon goes first. And then they look at the news, there's something that gets turned off. They know the source, whatever they call it, the person is burned. So
yeah,
they know the operation is down and it's like they're fighting for their lives, but they know the whole thing is not working. So that's
yeah,
that. So I think it's also this like the hubris of the wealthy billionaires thinking that because really, to be fair, I do think the Russians are the ones that are responsible. They did they did a good job before, but when you got
yeah,
the Silicon Valley people, that's when they messed it up. So
exactly.
okay, so that's what I
Yeah.
got. Sorry, Queen.
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay, anything else to add about this? Let's see.
No,
Oh wow, it's weird. Do I? Oh. No. Okay. Sorry. That was extra pages that I'm not. So the last one. So I don't know. Do you have, I'm gonna keep here. So do you have anything else to add, Karina?
No, I don't think so. I think that it pretty much is self-explanatory, you know. The they picked the wrong they picked the wrong idiot to do an evil genius's job, and he's no genius. You know, he's definitely evil, but he's no genius. So
Mm.
they
Yeah.
are pissed.
So okay, so then you know what? What's so it's just do you I'm just I think we should ask just to give people this confirmation that I still see Kamala winning. Like she right, like I still see what's going on in the inauguration. I just see that they don't even get close to that inauguration. I really don't. I really,
No,
and I feel like that
I don't.
I see that those people that even the ones that are nominated, the ones who had bought tickets for to to be there for inauguration, they have bad Christmases. They're kind of like sad about it. Oh, that's right. I thought we are gonna, it's a little sad and everything. So by that, so I think it's that's right. So they're saying wait and calmly.
And honestly, I kind of get that the inauguration is going to be not only inauguration, but
Mhm.
it's going to be a heroes celebration, is what I hear. Meaning, we are going to be celebrating Biden as a hero as we inaugurate Kamala. Kamala. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get out what they want me to say. So
Mm.
I feel like I still see it. I still see it. I don't see anything different. It's the same thing.
Okay. Okay. So I think and so should I talk about the battle? I don't know. I guess since I went through the trouble of let's just see. I want to just to share this story quickly because it's something I would have
I
forgotten.
think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, so this is something that came to me that I think I like military history. And so there's this important battle in the Vietnam War. I'm sorry, in Vietnam. This was not the Vietnam War. It was the Indochina War when the Vietnamese were fighting the French for their independence. So the battle that ended the war was called the Battle of Dien Bien Phu. And it's an amazing story. And I feel like it kind of parallels what we're going through now. So the French had all the most superior weaponry and huge airplanes. So there's all these movies. If you watch, you can look it up, like documentaries about this. And there was like, all the news were saying, oh, look at the French with their big weapons and all these things. They went into this area, this valley of Dien Bien Phu, and they had what was called the garrison style formation, where they were like right in the middle and everybody could see them. And so there's a very famous the genius general in the Vietnamese army was called General Giap, okay, Giap. And so what he did was that he instructed the army, and I get goosebumps. They took arms, they took artillery, they took it apart and they carried it in bicycles. They carried each one little part at a time at
Mm-hmm.
night through the jungle, and they hid in the bushes. Like over time, as the French were bragging, as they were doing all this, they didn't know that they were deep down the tunnels. They were hiding in the bushes. And then once everything started, then they unleashed and they came out from nowhere. And they won the war. And this is how they won the war because people that were bragging, this is the lesson is that when you hear this silence, that's what it reminds me of the silence that is around all around us. And there's no, because the French at first was like, oh, that's nice. We have all these big weapons. We're going to go there. There's nobody, it's fine. We'll be okay. And it's because they were hiding all along until they started, well, let them brag, let them keep bragging. And then in the middle of the night, boom, boom. So they were surrounded because they were this garrison formation allowed them because they were bragging so much that you knew exactly where they were. And of course you had the superiority of it being their land. And this is, I think, in some ways, this is true of us too. We have this people with all this foreign influence, the foreign,
Yeah.
let's just say technology, whatever that is, I think, change the votes, right? And so that's a story, right, Karina?
Yep.
Like, I feel like it's
Yeah.
something to think about. I think you should, if you look it up, the Battle of Dien Bien Phu, and see what happened. They're like, oh yeah, me brag, I'm so great, and they had the camps, like the little like the little whatever you call it, the housing thing. Everyone had a name for a different prostitute. They had even like the prostitutes with them and all the fancy French food or whatever. Can you imagine? So then they're like, yeah, yeah, they're celebrating, and then boom, that's it. And I think that's what's gonna happen here. Really,
The
I do.
Last Supper. Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah.
okay,
It's
so
it's hidden in the night. It's hidden in the dark. We can't we have to pounce.
yes, yes, yes.
It's not like, hey, we're coming over tonight. Guess what? We're
Right.
gonna arrest you. No, it's not gonna be like that.
Yes, yes, yes. So okay, so that's it, Karina. That's it right for today. Do you have anything else? So guys, we have this other video that isn't about our more like the channeling and the spiritual messages that we're also releasing, likely, very likely today. So
Hmm.
so if you pay, be, what do you say?
Get a double dose today.
Yeah, that's right. Or I don't know, just but not pay attention. Like, keep on the lookout. Be on the lookout for it.
Well, I would like to say something to that. And the reason we're doing it like that is because for us, it's been playing out as a story.
Hmm.
We're investigating, and as things are coming to us, we have to tell this the way it's coming. So it is kind of like we're telling the story because we're unfolding this as we go. So we kind of want to keep it, you know, the way it comes in.
Yes, 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 yes. So okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Because
it, right?
it's changing and moving so fast that we
Mhm.
are having a hard time keeping up on it all.
That's right. That's right. But we still feel like I don't think things have changed necessarily.
I don't feel things have changed whatsoever. And the more I'm around people like me, it's like, no.
Hmm.
And I do want to say this. This is one time in our lives we have to stand up because I am personally not going down without a fight. Rosie and I have already talked about it. We're ready. We're doesn't matter what it takes. We're not afraid. I
Hmm.
am not going to roll over and let this happen.
Yes,
No,
yes.
we're standing up for our country by
Hmm.
saying that we were attacked.
Hmm.
There, we were attacked, and we want a free and fair election, and we did not get one.
Hmm.
And that is our right.
Yeah.
So we're going to stand up for that.
Hmm. Great. Great. Okay. So thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna stop the recording. Okay, and we'll
Bye,
start.
everybody.
Okay. Let's see.